Nations Security Council on Friday turned down a resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and an Israel-Hamas hostage deal after Russia and China vetoed the measure proposed by the United States. Emma Jell from Reuters reports.
U.S. Ambassador Linda Thomas-Greenfield told the Security Council that the two nations had cynical and petty reasons, saying they opposed the resolution simply because it was penned by the U.S. and criticized both countries for not condemning Hamas's October 7th attack on Israel. Russian Ambassador Vasilina Benzia said the resolution was exceedingly politicized and contained an effective green light for Israel to mount a military operation in Rafah. Zhang Jun, China's ambassador, said the U.S. resolution fell short of expectations by only setting preconditions for a ceasefire and echoed Russia's comments. The U.S. has wanted any Security Council support for a ceasefire to be linked to the release of hostages held by Hamas in Gaza, vetoing 3 previous ceasefire resolutions put forward by the Council.
Emma Jell from Reuters. Russia's Federal Security Service says 40 people were killed and more than 100 were wounded Friday in an attack at a Moscow concert hall. VOA's Rick Pantaleo reports.
The venue is reportedly still on fire and the death toll may rise. The attack, which Russian authorities are investigating as terrorism, is the deadliest in Russia in recent years. Several gunmen burst into the concert hall on the edge of Moscow and sprayed visitors with automatic gunfire, killing and wounding dozens and starting a massive blaze. Russian media reported a second blast at the venue. There were reports that some of the gunmen had barricaded themselves somewhere in the building and that the venue's roof has collapsed. The attack comes days after President Vladimir Putin cemented his grip on the country in a highly orchestrated electoral landslide. Rick Pantaleo, VOA News.
This is VOA News. Kate, Princess of Wales, announces she has cancer. AP correspondent Mike Hempen reports.
In a video announcement, Kate, the Princess of Wales, says she has cancer and is undergoing chemotherapy.
In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
The audio courtesy of BBC Studios. The announcement comes after weeks of speculation on social media about Princess Kate's whereabouts and her health. The 42-year-old princess hadn't been seen publicly since Christmas until a video surfaced this week of her with her husband, Prince William, walking from a farm shop near their Windsor home. Last month, the royal family announced that King Charles was being treated for an unspecified type of cancer. I'm Mike Hempen.
Poland's government has prepared new legislation to boost the nation's capacity for self-defense. Ministers say the bill was prompted by the war that neighboring Ukraine is fighting against Russia's aggression. Poland's interior minister says the new law is about preparing for extreme situations, including the possibility of an armed conflict. The legislation will be put before Parliament probably in May after consultations with the public and with local authorities. The first major rehearsal for torch relays takes place in Nogent-sur-Seine ahead of the Paris Olympics. AP correspondent Charles de Ledesma reports.
A total of 10,000 people in all will participate in the torch relay. The 4 captains, comprising 2 Olympic swimming champions, 1 at triathlon and the 4th long jump. Security will be tight, says French Sports Minister Amélie Oudéa-Castéra.
We will have at every step of the torch relay 200 people securing the torch and the organization.
Paris 2024 President Tony Estanguet says the massive event is quickly taking shape.
It's a very important day today for Paris 2024. It's so important, like the athletes that are preparing, that we can test all our operations before the D-Day.
The torch will be lit by the sun's rays on April 16 in ancient Olympia, Greece. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A court in Romania's capital has denied a request by online influencer Andrew Tate to return assets that were seized during investigations into the case in which he is charged with human trafficking, rape, and forming a criminal gang to sexually exploit women. Tate's spokesperson says he will appeal the ruling by the Bucharest tribunal that all assets seized will remain in possession of Romania's anti-organized crime agency.
Thank you for watching. Can you do me a favor? Please leave a comment in the comments section below. That would really help. Thank you, and see you again soon.